Shalom, shalom. Make sure my sound here, okay. All right. Call hello, Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, Ba'ashim Rakahakadash. And of course, once again, double honors go out to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who are well. I'd like to also send out salutations to the fellow Akim that are out there on the highways and byways, pushing the truth across the four corners of this earth while time allows. Because, as the prophecies have told, and as we see through the signs, time is short, people. Time is very short. All right, so now's not the time to be dilly-dallying, as they say. All right, because things are starting to happening much more quicker now. All right, but how many times have we told you, Negroes, all right, that this is going to happen? That this, for those of you that put all your faith and trust in this America, this system, thinking it's going to do you any type of justice. And if you, the last 5 days or so, haven't figured out that you are still a slave, listen to how these motherfuckers talk to you, especially your savior, Barack Obama. And I'm not saying that in jest. Some of you, some of you Jakes, this is your savior. And then you have Magic Johnson. Come on, man. All of a sudden, that's why even back in the day, people said, don't trust these celebrities. And we're the only ones, all right, that they come out, they're propped up and showcased, and they come out talking politics to us like. But see, this is the thing. If you hadn't caught on by now, they're treating you just like you're on a plantation, treating you just like you're a slave, because you still are. A lot of you, at least up here. All right. This man, neither one of the people that have been coming out, these so-called shills, as they call them, the way they've been jumping on so-called black men, do they do this to anybody else? Fuck no. That should tell you something. Let's go ahead and get into this video, because this, wow, just wow.
Our black men, we got to get them out to vote. That's number one. Kamala's opponent promised a lot of things last time to the black community that he did not deliver on. And we got to make sure we help black men understand that. So that's why I'm here, to make sure I help black men understand. First, get out and vote, and then vote for the next president of the United States, Kamala Harris.
Communities is that we have not yet seen the same kinds of energy and turnout in all quarters of our neighborhoods and communities as we saw when I was running. Now, I also want to say that seems to be more pronounced with the brothers. So if you don't mind, just for a second, I'm going to speak to you all right. And say that when you have a choice that is this clear, when on the one hand you have somebody who grew up like you, knows you, went to college with you, understands the struggles and pain and joy that comes from those experiences. You've had to work harder and do more and overcome and achieve the second highest office in the world.
want you to please keep your eye. Now, what the Jake is saying here, very straightforward and very true. But now, see what happens when Jake doesn't follow suit and doesn't follow this narrative that they're trying to push. Watch her expression change.
Vice President is down 11 points in Ohio. Even though I fully expect President Trump to take Ohio as he did twice, but to be down 11 points compared to President Biden, that is a problem. But this other issue I want to bring up is a problem too. Why are black men being lectured to? Why are black men being belittled in ways that no other voting group? Now, I love the former President Obama, but for him to single out black men is wrong. And some of the black men that I have talked to have their reasons why they want to vote a different way. And even if some of us may not like that, we have to respect it. So unless President Barack Obama is going to go out and lecture every other group of men from other identity groups, my message...
You know, straight off the plantation now, because the thing that she's getting to, all right, as far as the men being the leaders, they don't like that. No, because you got to understand, since, what was it, the Willie Lynch letters and all that, and how things have been structured, you know, the way our oppressor likes things is with the woman in the lead, the mammy, all right? Yeah, but the big push here, you hear him talk about so much about the men, all right, because things are changing. They see it. A lot of Jake don't see it yet, but this election cycle has exposed a lot of shit, you know. And people are saying, you know, no, they've been doing this for, you know, it's like waking up. It's just beautiful. It really is. The letting in of all these illegal immigrants, that was planned a long time ago. Why? Because they keep watch on Jake, and they can tell when you're having this shift in consciousness, so to speak. So to ensure, or to try to ensure that they would always have, because see, the Democrats, a lot of you forget, were the party of slave holders and Klansmen. You know, say we know how to run our Negroes. And then, you know, what did LBJ say? Lyndon Johnson said, I can't remember the exact number. He said, I'll have these niggers voting Democrat for the next, it was either 200 or 300 years. I can't remember, you know. But, yeah, so, and then the generation before me, the civil rights era and all that, just more or less became content with getting that career job and getting that house and white picket fence and 2.5 kids or whatever, you know, the so-called American dream. All right. And, you know, you got to get your own shit. And now, not realizing that, and I can't imagine how one would not notice this, because that civil rights era put it in the minds of Jake that, you know, we all equal now. And that's nothing could be further than the truth. All right, and these younger generations, and rightfully so, are pissed. All right, because, hey, let's face it, been a big letdown. All right, now the younger ones are seeing that this is all bullshit, and they're not taking the disrespect, all right, that you just saw that the older generations were you know would tolerate. All right, so now we can't have this. What are these niggers gonna do? Oh my god damn, let's see. So trust me, we got, let's see, today is what's left of it. Let's see, 14th. So yeah, like 20 more days here and I wake up, something like that. So yeah. We'll see. We'll still see, because word is, or the rumor is, that they're still plotting on how to not let this guy, Trump, take office. All right? Going into the various amendments, 14th in particular, that even if he wins the vote, they might still try to, you know, accuse him of, it's all kinds of shit. But all that shit they put him through, he's, the judges are striking a lot of that shit down. So it was just one big, because these people, and they're gaslighting a lot of people into believing that this woman is actually like even with him, and that's bullshit. See, I always say that, and a lot of us know this, these presidents are, chosen by your vote or anything. There's, these people are selected. So, but this woman is so, how am I going to say this and not a politician, that she's not used to lying and lying convincingly on that level that it shows. I mean, she doesn't know what the fuck she's doing. She's like totally out of her element, and people are seeing how fucking fake she is. Even the ones that the Democrats were counting on, that's the so-called black woman. They're like, nah, it's just too fake. All right. So the idea is to at least make it look good. But with her, I mean, come on. She's not even a good actor. But this is what Jake get for putting your faith in this wicked ass system. All right. And we're going to talk a little bit more, and then we're going to get some scriptures.
For Democrats, don't bring it here to black men who, by and large, don't vote much differently from black women. And what, as a politician, we should be trying to get all voters.
Sensational. Let me get this straight. So we got Magic Johnson out here telling all black men, well, technically telling the whole United States that, yo, black men, we need y'all to get out there and vote. We got to really get black men out there and vote in order for us to win this race. Do people forget that there are more black women in the United States than there are black men? Even if all black men who are
if you're not making $158,000 per year, but you'd like to, I strongly
eligible to vote, voted, she can still lose. I could swear that we went through this exact same orchestrated plan in order to go after black men politically on these types of mainstream media platforms. I could have sworn we went through this when it dealt with, Georgia? Some people may remember, some people may not, short-term memory. And there was a woman who was black, and she stated that black men need to get out and vote. There were other black women who were a part of the news circuit, and they stated with the power that they have that black men are the reason why it is that somebody such as Stacey Abrams lost the race, lost her seat. But then when you bring out the stats, you show the numbers, it reads a little bit differently. And again, I went over this in a multitude of videos. And then we got Barack Obama in the next clip doing the exact same thing. Again, this is what let me just reverse that back. This is what black men talk about when they say that they are being targeted and that they are under attack from all sides. Literally, all sides. I cannot list to you another demographic of men who are so targeted, more targeted than black men. I'm looking at political landscape at this moment in time, and you cannot show me anybody else, no other group, no other ethnicity of man that is being targeted in such a way that is going to try to blame or place blame on a group of men, such as black men. If there's ever a moment in time where white men decide to vote a whole different way you're not going to hear a whole demographic of white women sit up there and say, "Oh, this is their fault because they didn't sit up there and decide to vote with us." And they're not doing that. They're not doing that. They're not doing that. Specifically and only do things like this happen to black men. And again, you have some of the very rich and powerful people directly out here doing this, along with the media. And it's crazy. It's 1000% crazy to see this in real time. So again, nobody can sit up there and try to tell black men, "Oh, this isn't happening. You guys are just trying to portray yourselves as victims." And no, it's actually happening, because the same thing that happened here happened previously. And because people didn't want to pay attention and people didn't want to listen to black men, guess what? It's happening again because people didn't want to speak up and say nothing about it the very first time. And then the funniest thing is, after all of this time, one of the main people, and I'm going to just sit up there and say one of the first people to, in a sense, go on to a mainstream media platform in front of other constituents and state the obvious that, hey, it's wrong how black men are getting targeted. It's wrong how black men are getting treated. This makes no sense. Well, why isn't this happening to other men of other demographics? Why isn't this type of aim happening all over? Why specifically just...
And this is the point I was trying to make earlier. Jeremiah 15:5. Nobody gives a fuck, paraphrasing, about us, about our cause, about how we're doing. All right. And Daniel 9. And well, let's get them. Let's get them both, as a matter of fact. This is going to be Jeremiah. Damn, that's Isaiah. How did that happen? Oh, this is in the way. Whoops. Jeremiah 15:5. It says, "For who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem? Or who shall bemoan thee?" All right. Let's look at that bemoan. Strong's H51:10. To nod, waver. All right. From shaking the head in sympathy. No one. To console. All right. But from tossing the head in scorn as in taunt. And that's why I'm going to get Lamentations after this, because like I said at the onset, this is what our people get for putting our faith and our trust in our enemy. All right. To mourn, to take pity. All right. To be sorry. All right. No one. All right. And let's go to that Daniel, because this is telling you too that this shit is exclusive to us. All right. And this is Daniel's prayer for his people. It says, and this is why we're going through this. We have sinned and have committed iniquity and have done wickedly and have rebelled, even by departing from thy precepts and from thy judgments. And that's what Deuteronomy 28 at the top tells you. If you were to what? Diligently adhere, all right, to do these or to obey these laws, statutes, and commandments, everything will go fine. You get blessings galore. But then you skip down to 15 in that same chapter, and it tells you, but if you do not, all right, and you turn your back, these are the curses. And from 16 to 68, that's what all our people are going through. We have sinned and have committed iniquity and have done wickedly and have rebelled, even by departing from thy precepts and thy judgments. Neither have we hearkened unto thy servants, the prophets, which spake in thy name to our kings, our princes, and our fathers, and to all the people of the land. O Lord, righteousness belongeth unto thee, but unto us confusion of faces, as at this day to the men of Judah, and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and to all Israel that are near and that are far off, through all the countries whither thou hast driven them, because of their trespass, and that they have trespassed against thee. Yeah, we are something to be, as it goes into in Lamentations, this is what they love seeing this. This is not what was supposed to be. This is the consequences of what? Breach of contract. All right, we we chose not to live by the covenant. All right. O Lord, to us belongeth confusion of face, to our kings, to our princes, and to our fathers, because we have sinned against thee. This is how we look to the other nations, like some shit. But this is a consequence of what I just said. To the Lord our God belong mercies and forgiveness, though we have rebelled against him. Neither have we obeyed the voice of the Most High Yahweh our God, to walk in his laws which he set before us by his servants the prophets. Yea, all Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing, that they may not obey thy voice. Therefore the curse is poured upon us, and the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of the Most High, because we have sinned against him. And here's my point. And he hath confirmed his words, which he spake against us and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil. For under the whole heaven hath not been done as hath been done upon Jerusalem. In Deuteronomy 28 and 45 and 46 goes into that. These curses that we are under are a mark. Let's go to 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Most High Yahweh, thy power, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. Those people pretending to be us, walking around here, at least the Hasidics over all in black and all that, they're not going through what we're going through. They try to pretend to, but it's not the same. Nowhere near the same. Here it is. You own everything, but yet you're still trying to play this role. And they do. They succeed because they get a lot of suckers because they don't understand the scriptures. This, what I'm reading you here, these, all right, are conditions. These curses, as it says here, they will be a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. There's certain things that are supposed to happen when the Lord comes back. All right, where's King David? There's still wars. So you're telling me we're in the kingdom now? But back to what we're talking about here. Wow. Again, this is what we get. All right. Jokers talking down to us like we're children. But this is part of that, what I just read. This is why. Those are the reasons why this is happening. No other group, as the young lady said, in that that round table there. And then you see these guys, these Edomites, with the expressions. I mean, he's gonna get to it. Hold on. Let's continue.
Just fixate and point on one group as if that one group is going to be the make it or break it. When realistically, you should be aiming at every group, trying to make sure that every group, every nationality, every ethnicity is going to come through and vote for Kamala. This is what I'm saying for the few black women out there that speak out, that use the platform or the type of views that they have out there to call out the injustice, to call out the wrongs. Shout out to you. Thank you for doing what it is that you do every single day and pointing out the obvious to other people who never want to see it, who never want to believe it, that black men are unnecessarily being targeted and being positioned as to the blame or the reason of why it is that if Kamala doesn't make it into office, then black men are going to be the blame. The only thing I'm trying to do here is showcase the fact that they are trying to position black men as the blame for whatever failure may come directly from this if she does not make it into office. Again, I'm just going to repeat myself like a broken record. This is the exact same thing they tried to do, and this is how they tried to position men, black men, when it dealt with Stacey Abrams. You had Jesse Jackson coming out. You had a variety of other men trying to come out like, oh, well, the reason that black men don't want to sit up there and vote for a black woman is because they're intimidated because of this and because of that, because they're afraid. And this is just, it's tiring. It's very tiring. And if people thought that this was the way to win an election, you don't need to be working in politics, because you're going to lose more people than what you will gain from doing things like this, and specifically targeting black men. But anyways,
So there you go. Let's get some more scriptures and I'll be on out of here. Let's go to Lamentations, like I said, because the black, so-called uh, Afro Americans, all right, have been that side chick that, you know, that's just that side chick. You don't take her to see mama. You know. This is Lamentation 1, verse 1. How doth the city sit solitary? It's talking about the nation of Israel. That was full of people. How has she become as a widow? She that was great among the nations and princes among the provinces. How has she become tributary? She weepeth sore in the night, and her tears are on her cheeks. Among all her lovers she hath none to comfort her. All her friends have dealt treacherously with her. They are become her enemies. How about that? How about that? Judah is gone into captivity because of affliction and because of great servitude. She dwelleth among the heathen. All right. She findeth no rest. What did he say? It's get tiring, right? And he's right. It's the same old bullshit. All right. All her persecutors overtook her between the straits. Let me keep down to 19. All right. It says, I called for my lovers, but they deceived me. My priests and mine elders gave up the ghost in the city while they sought their meat to relieve their souls. Behold, O Most High Yahweh, for I am in distress. My bowels are troubled. Mine heart is turned within me, for I have grievously rebelled. Abroad the sword bereaveth, at home there is as death. They have heard that I sigh. There is none to comfort me. All mine enemies have heard of my trouble. They are glad that thou hast done it. Thou wilt bring the day that thou hast called, and they shall be like unto me. Let's skip on over to 2, because this is something they want to keep us in this lower state, and they were glad. This is Lamentations 2:15. All that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, Is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? Now, you wouldn't think that, looking at Jake in his present state, that at one time, you know, and these are descendants of, you know, the people that you read of in the Bible, those same people, David, you know, Moses, hell, even going back to Adam, all right? You know, but no, they've done such a good job, all right? It's, well, these are just niggers, you know, like, wow. 17, the Most High Yahweh hath done that which he hath devised. He hath fulfilled his word that he had commanded in the days of old. He hath thrown down and hath not pitied, and he hath caused thine enemy to rejoice over thee. He hath set up the horn of thine adversaries. So all these people, these think tanks, and some of the very same people you saw on that panel, absent, you know, Jake, yeah, they get a kick out of this. Yeah. Now let's go to Ezekiel. All right. Let's see. You know where I'm going. 16. Let's see. Let's start at 33. It says, they give gifts to all whores. Remember I said about Jake, we've been that side chick, you know, that never gets brought home to mama, you know, just somebody to have, well, you get the picture. They give gifts to all whores, but thou givest thy gifts to all thy lovers, and hirest them that they may come unto thee on every side of thy whoredom. All right. Let's see. I'll just read on through. And the contrary is in thee from other women and thy whoredoms, whereas none follow, because idolatry is a big thing with Jake, you know. And that's another reason why you continue to have the wool pulled over your eyes, because you're focused on all the wrong shit, all these distractions that these, in case in point, these celebrities and what's happening to Diddy and all this other bullshit. It doesn't really mean a thing, but it's distracting you from what's really going on that's going to affect you here shortly. All right. Whereas none followeth thee to commit whoredoms, and in that thou givest thee reward, and no reward is given to thee. Therefore thou art contrary. All right. Wherefore, O harlot, hear the word of the Most High. Thus saith the Most High Yahweh, because thy filthiness was poured out, and thy nakedness discovered through thy whoredoms with thy lovers, and with all the idols of thy abominations, and by the blood of thy children which thou didst give unto them. You know, this is going into Habakkuk second chapter. All right, going down to where verse 15, where it talks about how. Well, let's get it real quick. This is what this devil does. He sets you up, and that. Let's see. All right. Whoops. How did that happen? Okay. Whoops. Went right by it. It says, "Woe unto them that giveth his neighbor drink, that puttest thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness." All right. And this is what this devil is good at doing. He sets up these, especially in use the music industry in and of itself is a big one, but it's all entertainment. And then all these little fads, and Jake just follows along, you know, and this is how they got you to go along with all this homosexual bullshit. All right. Oh, they, as long as he do that shit over there, they ain't no. And look what, wow. But you know, the way the women dress or don't dress, uh, all these things once they take root. All right, and this is how you're manipulated. All right. Let's see. We read it again. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink. You know, and this is part of his philosophy, his doctrine. That's that wine. All right, that puttest thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also, with all this philosophy. And you know, everything you see now is pushing these this pronoun shit. There, I mean, shit that's obvious. There's only two sexes, and now you got all these genders and all this shit that people are buying into, and it's crazy. It's crazy. Common sense is not common. All right, why? Because of all this shit he's pushing through his media, and people are forced, more or less, to do these things because, hey, this is what the devil does. This is what he's good at. If you don't do this, then you'll no longer work here. And most people are so heavily in debt, and you know, that's why this whole system, this beast system, has to be eradicated out of the earth. All right, and these people have to go. All right, so that's basically it on that. I don't think I had anything else. Yeah. Uh, so sad, you know, talking to a segment of the population, a group that's been captive within a nation for so long and are so disrespected. And this is your savior, some of you Jakes out there, basically showing what he thought of you all along. You know, talking to you like children. And what she said, well, these men have reasons for not voting. You just see, you got to understand this guy's legacy. I'm talking about Obama. He failed with Hillary and Trump won, so he was embarrassed. And now he's trying to push this airhead, and hoping that you all will fall for the same trick as with him, because he has a particular shade of skin, and not understanding that neither one of these are your people. Neither one of them. And they always get these, as far as our people, these Jakes like Magic and Stephen Curry, uh, all these what would they call it, $40 million slaves to come out and try to persuade you to. This woman is, she is an empty suit. She has, anytime you have to have earpieces in and stealth prompters to help you, they're trying to get her in there because they know that she's going to go along with this globalist shit, and she's married. And why are they not calling her by her real name, which is Imhoff? Showing you again that this is, our people just don't. It's too easy to get over on Jake. It really is. It's too easy. But this time, enough are saying no and fuck you, quite frankly, that it's causing some discomfort. There's a disturbance in the force on the left-hand side because of it. All right. So, yeah, that's it on that. Like I said, we got, by comparison, a very short time before, if, I say if, shit can go all kinds of ways before then. All right. I think they're going to try at them again, if you know what I'm saying. So with that, once again, I hope whoever views this is edified. That's what we do here at Great Millstone. All right. Filter everything through the scriptures. And with that, until the next video, prayer and fasting. It works. So with that, hey, shalom.